What I'm about to share with you is going to send Lakers Nation into an absolute frenzy. I've been tracking this situation minute by minute, connecting dots that nobody else has been able to piece together. And the implications of what just transpired are going to reshape our entire championship trajectory. Welcome to Lakers News Fan Report, your number one source for breaking news, exclusive insider information, and all the latest rumors surrounding our Los Angeles Lakers. What's unfolding right now is the kind of franchise-altering move that we'll be talking about for years to come. And I need you locked in for every single detail because this story goes deeper than anyone realizes. Let me paint the picture of where we've been over the past few weeks. The Lakers have been sitting in a fascinating position this season, showing flashes of absolute brilliance while also displaying some concerning vulnerabilities that have left all of us wondering what the missing piece might be. LeBron James, at 40 years old, is still producing at an MVP caliber level, averaging over 27 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds per game with shooting splits that defy logic for someone his age. Austin Reeves has emerged as a legitimate star, putting up 18 points and 5 assists while becoming one of the most clutch players in the entire league. We've got talent, we've got chemistry, and we've got the foundation of something special. But here's the reality that Rob, Pelinka, and the front office have been wrestling with behind closed doors. In today's NBA, especially when you're competing against super teams in the Western Conference, you need multiple creators who can generate high-quality offense in playoff situations. When defenses tighten up and every possession becomes a battle. We've seen it time and time again where teams with only one or two reliable scorers hit a wall in the postseason because defenses can focus their attention and take away what you do best. The Lakers needed another dimension, another weapon that could take pressure off LeBron and Austin while providing the kind of veteran savvy that championship teams require. The whispers started circulating about 3 weeks ago through various league sources and insider channels. Names were being floated, mock trade scenarios were being discussed on every sports talk show, and Lakers fans were dissecting every possible move that could elevate this roster from playoff contender to legitimate championship favorite. One name kept appearing with increasing frequency in these conversations, a name that carries significant weight both in terms of on-court production and symbolic importance to the city of Los Angeles itself. We're talking about a player with deep roots in Southern California, someone who starred at USC before embarking on an illustrious NBA career. A veteran who has consistently proven he can score at an elite level regardless of defensive scheme or game situation. Demar Derozan has been that name, and the connection between him and the Lakers has felt almost inevitable for those of us who have been paying close attention. Here's a 36-year-old veteran who's currently averaging over 18 points per game with the Sacramento Kings, shooting an absurd 48% from the field and a career-best 40% from three-point range. Those numbers alone tell you that he's not some washed-up player looking for one last paycheck. This is a guy who has refined his game, adapted to the modern NBA, and maintained an elite level of production even as he's entered the twilight of his career. His mid-range game remains virtually unguardable. His basketball IQ is off the charts, and his ability to create his own shot in crunch time is exactly what championship teams need when the game slows down in the fourth quarter of playoff battles. But here's where the situation gets really interesting, and this is where I need you to understand the complexity of what's been happening behind the scenes. Sacramento has been in a difficult position all season long. They're sitting around 500, clearly not a legitimate contender in the Western Conference. And they're facing some hard decisions about their roster construction moving forward. DeRozan is on a significant contract, and while he's been productive, the Kings have been evaluating whether his timeline aligns with their younger core players like De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis. League insiders have been reporting for weeks that Sacramento has been taking calls on virtually every veteran on their roster, and DeRozan's name has been at the center of those discussions. Now, the Lakers have been in a tricky spot when it comes to making trades because of salary cap constraints and the limited assets they have available after previous moves. Rob Pelinka has been playing chess while everyone else has been playing checkers, carefully preserving flexibility while also keeping his eyes on potential opportunities that could genuinely move the needle for this franchise. The question has always been whether the Lakers could construct a package that would satisfy Sacramento's asking price while not completely gutting the roster of young talent and future draft. Capital that provides long-term sustainability. Over the past week, negotiations intensified to a level that caught even seasoned NBA insiders by surprise. Multiple phone calls between the two front offices, discussions about various player combinations, debates about draft pick protections and conditions, all of it happening away from public view while speculation continued to swirl in the media. Sacramento made it clear what they were looking for in any potential deal involving Derozan. They wanted young talent with upside. They wanted draft picks that could help them build for the future. And they wanted salary relief that would give them flexibility in upcoming free agency periods. The Lakers, on their end, needed to balance the immediate goal of winning a championship with LeBron still playing at an elite level against the long-term health of the franchise. Then, approximately 18 hours ago, something shifted dramatically. Sources close to both organizations indicated that serious momentum was building toward a deal that would send Demar Derozan to Los Angeles in exchange for a package that satisfied Sacramento's requirements. The framework being discussed involved the Lakers sending out young rotation players along with future draft considerations, giving the Kings the assets they need to pivot toward their next phase, while allowing Los Angeles to add a proven veteran scorer who fits perfectly with their championship timeline. Lakers Nation, I can now exclusively report that the Los Angeles Lakers have successfully completed a blockbuster trade with the Sacramento Kings to acquire Demar Derozan. This is not a drill. This is not speculation. This is happening right now. The deal is done. The paperwork is being processed. And within the next 48 hours, Demar Derozan will be wearing the purple and gold, ready to join forces with LeBron James and Austin Reeves in what could be the most dangerous offensive trio in the Western Conference. The specific details of the trade package are still being finalized and reported, but multiple sources indicate that Los Angeles sent a combination of young talent, which likely includes players like Max Christie or Yalin Hood-Schifino, along with future first-round draft picks to Sacramento. The Kings also received additional salary filler to make the numbers work under NBA salary cap rule, giving them the flexibility they were seeking. For Sacramento, this represents a strategic pivot toward building around their younger core while accumulating assets for future roster construction. For the Lakers, this is an all-in move that signals to the entire league that we are serious about winning another championship right now. Let me break down exactly what DeMar DeRozan brings to this Lakers team and why this move is so significant for our championship aspirations. First and foremost, you're getting one of the most reliable scorers in basketball. Someone who can give you 15 to 20 points on any given night regardless of who's guarding him or what defensive scheme the opponent is running. His mid-range game is legendary, and in an era where everyone is obsessed with three-pointers and shots at the rim, DeRozan has mastered the art of the pull-up jumper from 12 to 18 feet. That skill becomes absolutely invaluable in playoff basketball when defenses are locked in and taking away easy baskets. Beyond the scoring, DeRozan brings playoff experience and leadership that you simply cannot quantify in statistics. This is a guy who has been to the postseason multiple times, who has faced elimination games, who understands what it takes mentally and physically to compete at the highest level when the stakes are enormous. Having that veteran presence in the locker room alongside LeBron creates an environment where younger players can learn and develop while also feeling confident that they have experienced leaders guiding them through pressure situations. The fit alongside LeBron James and Austin Reeves is absolutely seamless from a basketball perspective. LeBron has always thrived when he has multiple playmakers and scorers around him who can take pressure off his shoulders and create their own offense. DeRozan is one of the best isolation players in the league, capable of going one-on-one and getting a quality shot whenever the offense needs a bucket. That ability to generate offense independently means that opposing defenses cannot simply load up on LeBron or Austin because they know DeRozan can punish them if left in single coverage. The three-man game between these players is going to be absolutely devastating, with constant screening actions, pick and rolls, and off-ball movement creating mismatches and open looks all over the floor. Austin Reeves specifically is going to benefit enormously from having DeRozan on the roster. Reeves has shown this season that he can be a primary ball handler and creator. But asking him to do that for 48 minutes against elite defenses is a heavy burden. With DeRozan now in the mix, Reeves can pick his spots, operate more efficiently, and focus his energy on the moments where he's most effective. The staggered lineups that head coach Darvin Ham can now deploy are going to give opponents nightmares because there will never be a moment where the Lakers don't have at least two elite scorers on the floor. Defensively, while DeRozan isn't going to win any Defensive Player of the Year awards at this stage of his career, he's a smart team defender who understands positioning and can hold his own against most wing players. The Lakers have enough defensive talent with Anthony Davis anchoring the paint and perimeter defenders like Jared Vanderbilt, when healthy, that they can afford to have DeRozan focus primarily on offense while playing solid team defense within the scheme. The hometown narrative cannot be overlooked either. Demar Derozan grew up in Compton, starred at USC, and has always maintained that playing for the Lakers would be a dream come true. This isn't just a basketball transaction for him. This is a homecoming, an opportunity to finish his career playing for the team he grew up watching, in front of family and friends, with a legitimate chance to win his first NBA championship. That emotional connection and motivation is going to drive him to perform at his absolute highest level, because this means everything to him personally. From Sacramento's perspective, this trade makes complete sense for where they are as a franchise. They're getting younger, more athletic talent that fits their timeline better. They're acquiring draft picks that give them ammunition for future moves. And they're creating salary cap flexibility that allows them to be players in free agency or future trade markets. The Kings can now fully commit to building around De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis without worrying about whether DeRozan's contract and age fit with that core. It's a win-win situation where both teams get what they need for their respective situation. The Western Conference just got put on notice. The Lakers were already a dangerous team with LeBron and Austin leading the way, but adding DeMar DeRozan elevates this roster to a completely different tier. We're now talking about a team that can legitimately match up with Denver, Phoenix, Golden State, or any other contender in a 7-game series. The depth of scoring options, the versatility of offensive schemes we can run, and the veteran leadership throughout the roster makes this Lakers team as complete as any we've seen in recent years. Rob Pelinka deserves enormous credit for pulling this off. He identified the need. He stayed patient while working through the complexities of NBA trade rules and salary cap restrictions, and he ultimately delivered a player who checks every single box for what this team required. This is the kind of bold, aggressive move that championship organizations make when they see an opportunity to capitalize on their window. With LeBron James still playing at an MVP level at 40 years old, you cannot afford to waste these seasons. Every year, every playoff run could be the last chance to add another banner to the rafters. And Pelinka understands that urgency. Looking ahead at the schedule and the playoff picture, this trade couldn't have come at a better time. We're approaching the stretch run of the regular season where every game matters for playoff seeding. And having DeRozan integrated into the rotation gives us another gear that we can shift into when needed. The chemistry might take a few games to fully develop, but with players of this caliber and basketball IQ, I expect the transition to be relatively smooth. DeRozan has played with multiple star teammates throughout his career. He understands how to fit into different offensive systems, and he's going to embrace whatever role maximizes the team's success. The financial implications are also worth noting. While DeRozan is on a significant contract, the Lakers structured this deal in a way that maintains some flexibility moving forward. They didn't mortgage the entire future. They kept key young pieces that weren't included in the trade, and they preserved the ability to make additional moves if opportunities arise. This is smart roster management that balances win-now mentality with sustainable team building. For Lakers fans, this is the moment we've been waiting for all season. We've been patient through the ups and downs. We've believed in this core group of players, and now the front office has rewarded that faith by going out and getting a proven veteran who can help deliver championship number 18. The excitement around Crypto.com Arena is going to be electric when DeRozan suits up for his first game in purple and gold. The energy, the anticipation, the belief that we can genuinely compete for a title. It's all coming together at exactly the right time. Now I want to hear from every single member of Lakers Nation. What do you think about this blockbuster move to acquire DeMar DeRozan? Are you as fired up as I am about what this means for our championship chances? How do you see DeRozan fitting alongside LeBron and Austin in our offensive system? What do you think his impact will be in playoff situations when the game slows down and we need clutch buckets? Drop all your thoughts, reactions, and predictions in the comments below because I want to hear from everyone in this incredible fan base. If you haven't already subscribed to Lakers News Fan Report, you need to hit that subscribe button right now. This is where you get breaking news before anyone else, exclusive analysis you won't find anywhere else, and the kind of insider information that keeps you ahead of every other Lakers fan. Smash that like button if you're excited about Demar Derozan joining the Lakers, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Share this video with every Lakers fan you know, because this is the kind of news that needs to spread through our entire community immediately. Building something truly special here in Los Angeles, and you're all part of this championship journey. This is our time to make noise, to prove that the Lakers are still the premier franchise in the NBA, and to bring home another championship banner. With moves like this, Rob Pelinka and the front office are showing that they're committed to winning at the highest level. And I couldn't be more excited about where this season is headed. I'll catch you in the next video with more exclusive updates, analysis, and everything you need to know about your Los Angeles Lake Show, baby. Let's go get this championship.